Merry Christmas to everyone. It's been a long while I never done an unboxing or collection update in a month or maybe the past 2 months. But today I'm gonna do my ever Christmas and New Year haul video. And today I'm gonna show my every Christmas figures that I got this year. So let's start up some random assortments to the dino models and to the Jurassic stuff. So first up, I will be picking aside which of this. First up, I got my first ever Playmates King Kong 2005 figure that it comes with a Psycho Vulture maybe, but this Kong is from the from the V-Rex set where you can there's a lever in the back which you can flex his arms to pull the jaws of the V-Rex. It includes a vulture that is made out of soft rubber figure. Very nice, but I will put it back here. So that's my first figure. Next up, a gift from my aunt is the Bandai action figure series Godzilla -1. Very cool, and also comes with the Atomic Breath figure, which is a great figure, a great replacement for the SH Monsters version. This one is very cheap but very articulated also. So that's the Bandai action figure series Godzilla -1. It would focus. Maybe let's. Next up, I have a bunch of Trendmasters Godzilla 1998. Maybe I will just show up some of my Godzilla 1998. First up, I have the Yutaka Real Hero Series Godzilla 1998, which is a remold and repainted of the. Oh my god, would you focus? The Godzilla 1998 Bandai Mothra Kaiju Legend series, which is really cool and it's quite rare. I got it for a bidding for only 200 pesos, which I won. So that's Godzilla 1998. And some Trendmasters Godzilla 1998 figures, and I finally got the Shatterblast Godzilla 1998, my most wanted figure when I was a kid. But it doesn't come with a missile. So that's the Trendmasters. And another Trendmasters Godzilla 1998, this is the Razor Blade Chomping Baby Godzilla 1998. Very cool. Next up, I got my second Star Wars creature figure that comes with Rick, but I'm also planning to get the Acklay. Here's Nexu. Very cool. It doesn't have any sounds. It has a bendy wire tail and a mouth opening feature where you push the tongue, it will snap right off. Very cool. That's the Nexu. Let me just lower the camera so you can see figures. Wait, okay, there we go. Next up, I have a bunch of Treasure X. It's actually my first ever Treasure X in my collection. I got the Dino Gold Battle T-Rex. That doesn't come with a saddle, but it also comes with a minifigure of the character. I don't know who character this is because this is ever my first ever Treasure X in my collection. Oh my god. There we go. So that's the T-Rex. And next up, I got the sunken gold shark that completes with no. I don't know what kind of gear that comes with this in the whole, but I got a also minifigure as a freebie. But this is not the wrong. This is the wrong minifigure. This is from also from the Dino set along with the Battle Tears, but that's the sunken gold shark. Very nice. And my last assortment of all figures. Let me fix the camera a bit. I got the Aquaman Battle Shark figure, which is huge. Where it does include a Aquaman figure or a missile, which you push this lever and push this button where you launch the missile. It doesn't count that, but the gimmick is you press this button here. It makes the tail wag and also the jaw moves, and he has a wheel on the bottom where you can slide. So that's my random assortment of figures. So let's move on to the dino model stuff. Also, before we get to the random dino figs, I also forgot to mention I also got the my first ever Doctor Who figure. This is the Reconnaissance Dalek from 1963's Doctor Who, which is a classic series before Primeval. The same company that created Primeval by the name of Character Options, which is really cool. You can open up the part here where you can insert the Dalek Elgin figure that includes that doesn't come with it, but it rolls pretty well. And yes, a articulation on the head, the scope, the waist, and those two cannons are on a wall chain. So it's the Dalek. And next up, I got my first ever McDonald's Disney dinosaur figure. So this is the Carnotaurus. Really cool. And also, I got the Hasbro Action Man series Green Raptor, which is, it looks very familiar. It kind of looks like the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptor, which I will grab it for a second. So wait. So going back to the shelf, and here's my original Jurassic Park 3 Raptor, which you can see some minor similarities, even the head, the position of the tail, and nah, the claws are both 2 digits. So this guy can only move when he makes sounds, and also the battle damage sound on his battle damage. But this guy, fun fact, this came around 2003, which it's ironic because they used the 2000 Jurassic Park 3 model of the Alpha Raptor to make this guy. So yeah, that's my Alpha Raptor. So now let's move on to some of my dino model figures. These are just action figures, like the real dino models. Let's first move on to my minor dino models. I got 3. My first ever Playmobil figures. Excuse me. So I got this is actually a new figure. It's the Playmobil Dino Riders Deinonychus. It's a repaint of the orange version from 2007, which is a really cool. It's my first ever Playmobil Dino. Moving jaw, moving head, arms, and legs. But it can stand really well with no tail balance off the ground. Next up, I got the original 2007 Playmobil Triceratops. As you can see from the bottom, if you can focus, there it says Playmobil 2007. So it's a really cool Triceratops. You can open up the mouth, the head's on a hinge, and all the legs move. Very simple figure and well sculpted. And my final Playmobil dino figure is the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, very cool. And it's quite huge and kind of a light figure and very hollow, which is not a bad thing. But yeah, that's my Playmobil T-Rex. So those are my Playmobil dinos in my collection, in my haul, I mean. So let's move on to the actual dino models. Oops. Yeah, sorry about that. So this is actually my first ever models from Schleich, Collect a Safari, and Favorite Co. Because I only have a limited figures of the Papo limited edition Spinosaurus. I got the PNSO Triceratops, the Rebor Sarcosuchus, the Ichiban Kuji Spinosaurus. Now let's start first with this So first up, I got the Giganotosaurus. This is the 2014 version and it's really heavy. Yeah, opening jaw. To make sure that it's not a bootleg that you saw those on online pages like Shopee, Amazon, and AliExpress. They're Schleich it's a legit figure. So that's the Dinosaurs. Next up, I got another Spinosaurus, but this is the 2019 Spinosaurus, the outdated paleo accurate model Spinosaurus. It has a articulated jaw and is quite long and quite a bit of heft. As you can see, it's a strike on the bottom, so it's a legit figure. Next up, my other Schleich, I got two vintage like figures here. I got the Allosaurus and the Dilophosaurus, which they both facing the same way. It's really nice colors. Also Schleich on the bottom. That's the two figures. Next up, I got the Schleich Postosuchus, which is beginning to be a quite rare figure nowadays. It's very cool. He's kind of skinny looking too. He has an articulated jaw like other usual figures. It says Schleich on the bottom. Next up, I got the Schleich Velociraptor, the original Velociraptor with articulated jaw. But my minor issue with my figure, the legs are a bit warped, so it has a bit tight trouble standing up. But I can manage this guy standing up. Ah, there we go. And my last Schleich figure. Oh, I mean last Schleich dinosaur, because the other two here are modern animals. So this is the Schleich small T-Rex. This is in the new version that comes with the set, but I got it loose. It's the Schleich T-Rex. If you focus, there we go. It says Schleich on the bottom. Next up, I got two modern animals. I got the Schleich Crocodile. You might be asking, I already reviewed this guy because the one I reviewed was actually a bootleg. Yeah. It's already here for comparison. As you see in the bottom, there, it has markings Schleich. Well, the bootleg that I reviewed for the past 2 years ago, maybe, is this guy. As you see, he has no markings on the bottom, but this guy has Schleich. Very low quality figure too. See, no comparison at all. So this guy, yeah, throw that figure away. I was just gonna give it away to my little cousin. So yeah, that's my Schleich Crocodile. Very nice. And I got a Schleich Great White Shark, another figure from Schleich. See for the bottom, it's a Schleich Great. Yeah, that's the shark. So that's all of my Schleich figures for this Christmas haul video. Now let's move on to the Papo stuff. So moving on to the Papo figures, so my limited edition Spinosaurus is my only Papo figure, but I have some few of them. First up, I got the big boy from 2017 or 2016 model. It's the Papo Baryonyx. Yeah, it's a kind of a weird dynamic stance. Some people say it's cool, but today it's kind of weird now. This is an old figure though. Also moves in articulated jaw. Yeah. Next up, I got two repaints. Two variant repaints here. There we go. Oop, come out. Come on. There we go. So I got two repaint of the Oviraptor figures. This one is the old figure. I don't know if this figures what year this came out, but yeah, they're both Papo because there's a markings here on the egg. If you can see that, Papo 2009, but this guy, I don't know what release of this guy was released. So I got two Papo Oviraptors. The minor issue of these two that they can't stand very well, so I need to put the Baryonyx with its place. Next up, I got the repaint figure of the Papo Velociraptor. which is based on, according to Jurassic Collectibles, is obviously based on the raptors from Jurassic Park 3 with no quills. Really cool. Next up, I got one of the awesome figures. I got the Cryolophosaurus. Really cool. Let's focus on some of that minor good details on it. He also has a moving jaw. And next up, I got the Ceratosaurus. Getting a pretty lot of Ceratosaurus today in my haul. You will see that for a second. Also has a moving jaw. It's this a classic figure of 2017 back in the day. Next up, my all-time favorite and my most wanted figure a very long time. As you see in my Carnotaurus figure, like this guy. And here is the legit Papo model. Yeah, finally. As you can see, it's a legit Papo 2013 model. And this is the bootleg version. You can see some difference there. This one has a broken horn when I play roughed it when I was a kid. Throw that away. And it's a legit Papo model, finally. My last Papo figure is the Tylosaurus. I don't know what year, 2012 Papo Tylosaurus, not Mosasaurus. Yeah. So that's all my Papo models. You can see here. Let me focus that for a bit. There we go. That's all my Papo models. So let's move on to some random dino models in my collection, in my haul. Let's move on to random assortment. First off, I got... Wait a second. Let me just go back real quick. And... Okay. So, first up, I got my first ever, a very heavy figure. This is the favorite Triceratops. As you see the markings from the bottom. Triceratops favorite collection. This is from Japan. And it's a very heavy figure. Next up, I got my first ever collective figure. This is a recently discovered dinosaur in 2021. This is the Ceratosuchops, a new Spinosaurid species. See, collect a Ceratosuchops. Also has a jaw articulation, but I love this scale. Even for a small figure, I think it's gonna be my favorite from the dino models selection, apart from the Carnotaurus and the Cryolophosaurus. Next up, I got two Safari Limited figures. I got the first ever vintage Safari Limited from 1998. This is the Carnegie Allosaurus, which is there's a lot of repaints of this figure from the 80s to the 90s. And it's also a very heavy figure. Next up, my last dino model figure is the Carnegie 2007 Giganotosaurus. Yes, another Giga. Very good, but the only issue of this figure is it doesn't have fingers on this arm. Yeah, that's a common issue, like a lot of Carnegie Giganotosaurs. So really cool. So that's all of my dino models of this haul. So now let's move on to the last haul in my collection, the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World figures. I will assort all the figures to their types. Let's start off with the vintage, to the Hasbro bullshit, and to the Mattel stuff. So first off, let's start off with the vintage Jurassic figures. I got the Kenner, the Lost World Jurassic Park T-Rex hatchling from 1997 Lost World that came with Ian Malcolm. So that's guy. Next up, I got the Kush, a Kush Bow Jurassic Park Lost World T-Rex, but it's actually from 1996, not 1997. It's outdated from before the movie. So yeah, that's the Kush Bowl T-Rex. Next up, here we have the Coca-Cola Japan figure of the Parasaurolophus from Jurassic Park 3. Very detailed figure though. Nice. I got two human figures. This is Ludlow from The Lost World. And my last human figure, Alan Grant from Jurassic Park 3. This is the Hasbro version. Next up, I got the Hasbro Jurassic Park Dinosaurs series from 1999. The Brachiosaurus, which is a repaint of the React Attack Jurassic Park 3 Brachiosaurus, which this figure is a bit broken. He has no sounds, no batteries. Yeah, but a very cool figure. So that's all of my vintage Jurassic Park figures in my haul. So let's move on to the Hasbro stuff. Alright guys, I got some few minor figures that I forgot to mention in my random assortment figures and the Schleich mold as well. So first up, this is gonna be fast. So first up, I got the Invisimals Tiger Shark. I'm not aware of this series, I just bought it because it looks cool. He's very articulated too, like the arms, the elbows, knees, no ankles, the tail swivel, and a rotation at the head. I'm not aware of this series because when I look at the figure, it looks very cool. It's a shark that looks like a tiger. I get it, it's a tiger shark. So that's the tiger shark. And some mini-like figures. I got two. Let me put them all in my palm here. So I got the two Velociraptors, different repaints. Next up, I got two minis also. I got the Focus Please, Pentaceratops, and the Spinosaurus. So that's all my forgotten figures that in my haul. So let's just move on to the Hasbro stuff. First up, I got some 3 Indominus figures. First up, I got this mini Indominus Rex from a blind bag set. Next up, I got my Bashers and Biters Indominus Rex from Hasbro, where you can move the tail and move. Yeah, it doesn't work, but if you put his tail down, he moves his head. So that's the Bashers and Biters Indominus. Next up, I got another Indominus. This is that comes with the Gyrosphere or maybe the Ankylosaurus set, which it comes battle damage and also I try to move the head because it's like the Bashers and Biters figure. Oh, there we go. Move the tail from the side. But I kind of like it. For a Hasbro figure like this, it's not bad. Even the Dino Damage figure. Boom. That's so satisfying. I love keep doing that though. So yeah, that's another Indominus. Next up, I got the Dimorphodon, which I don't know if the sounds works. Nope, it doesn't. No sounds. So this is the roaring sound Dimorphodon from Hasbro. So this is the Velociraptor Charlie. This is the many people most hated figure because why would Hasbro never make a toe claw of a Velociraptor if you're looking like that? It's stupid. But I just bought it just for the sake of the community. So that's my haul of the Jurassic World stuff. Now let's move on to the Mattel stuff. Let's start off some small figures. So I got this one is a gift from my friend, a toy collector friend. This is the Snap Squad Uncaged Atrociraptor from Dominion. And this is the Imaginext Bumpy Ankylosaur from Camp Cretaceous. This is actually my first ever Imaginext figure. So that's that. I was just gonna sort all my Mattel figures from small, medium to the big scale figures. And you can see my final figure of in my haul. So first up, I got two pterosaurs. So this is the Legacy Collection variant of the Pteranodon, which you press the button, it'll flap its wings, and the head and mouth is articulated. You could focus, please. Next up, I got a Dimorphodon from Fallen Kingdom. Very cool. This is the first ever Dimorphodon figure that Mattel has ever made. He's very articulated in some spots. Next up, I got the Fallen Kingdom Blue. I was planning to get the Hamlet Collection Blue, but this is all I got first. It's very cool articulated blue figure. Next up, two more Velociraptors. This is the Dino Escape Savage Strike Velociraptor. Also very articulated in the arms, but the main gimmick of the figure, like the Savage Strike, is if you move his waist, he will slash his claws, or you can move it from the side here. It's a spring-loaded waist. Really cool. Next up, this is the Dominion Velociraptor that came with Ian Malcolm set. As you know, ow! Like all these figures, they have these scan codes on the bottom of their feet. The new figures from Dominion are actually, ow! There we go. It's like a slide from their back. Like I mentioned from the Herosaurus review, which is my first ever Mattel Jurassic World figure unboxing and review. See, that's a slide figure. Next up, I got the Morus Intrepidus from Dominion. This is the black variant. And this figure is, ow! Which I cannot put the scan code. Maybe. Let's use the tiger shark's tail. It's a hard plastic. Oh, there we go. Thanks for that. There we go. There's the scan code if you want to scan it. That's the Morus Intrepidus. Now, oops. Now let's move on to the herbivores, small herbivores in the small scale dinos. Here I have the Dino Escape Zuni Ceratops. Also very articulated. Scan code on the bottom. And my last small figure, the Dino Ribos Dracorex. Also has a ball chain on the heads, up and down, swivels on the arms and legs. Very cool. Scan code, no scan code, sticker on the bottom. So that's the Dracorex. So those are my small figures in my haul. Now let's move on to the big medium-sized assortment. Alrighty, my table's getting pretty full, but we're almost done to my collection haul because the last two are my ultimate collection great haul. So here we have the Dino Escape Camp Cretaceous. Is this Grim from Camp Cretaceous, the trio Baryonyx, which is a great figure. I love it. And also awesome figure. This is the Camp Cretaceous Dino Escape Baryonyx. Let's move it to the side now because it's getting pretty full now here. I got another Ceratosaurus, the Dino Escape version. Oh, that hurts so much. It's same as the Baryonyx. That hurts. My ears. Maybe the sound box is broken now on this figure. So that's the Dino Escape Ceratosaurus. Let's move on to the Dominion. My only Dominion mid-sized carnivore. It's the Rajasaurus from India. I've seen this guy when I watched the Jurassic World Dominion when they show a lot of toys. This came along with Scorpio Venator and two repaints of the Triceratops and the Ankylosaurus. Also, this guy has the can't. It hurts in my fingernails. So that's the Rajasaurus. Next up, I got the Primal Attack glowing Parasaurolophus from Cretaceous. Her head moves, and if you move the tail, it makes a little bit sound because the sound box is a bit broken. So that's the Primal Attack glowing Parasaurolophus. I got two Fallen Kingdom figures. This is the first Suchomimus from Action Attack, which has the same gimmick of the first Carnotaurus. Where you push the button, it moves his bobbles his head up and down. So that's the Suchomimus. Oh, my table is getting pretty full here. And my last medium-sized figure. This is the original Fallen Kingdom but Jurassic Park 3 inspired Ceratosaurus. Yeah, another Ceratosaurus. Really cool. This one doesn't have sounds because it's an old figure. So that's all my medium scale dinos. Let's move on to the large assortment figures. So let's start off with the biggest of them all. It has some minor issues though. This is the Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex. And you'll see there's some minor paint markers on its face because it was given to me. But it still works. It makes some random sounds though. It's so big I cannot fit in the frame. So here's the gimmick when you push the tail. It's a bit broken because the figure is not that very well. So that's the Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex. I have 4 Indominus Rex in my collection. I'm in my haul. Now the last figure of Assortment. Yep, you heard it. It's the Dinosaurs from Dominion. Which is also big. I cannot fit it into frame too. But it still works. Here's the scan code. Shut up. There we go. I had a lot of figures in my table and I cannot barely fit in the frame. Shut up. But it still works. When you move the tail, it makes sounds. But its arms are the main reason here for a lot of figure stuff to collect. But I'm planning to get the Hermit collection, Dinosaurs, but this is what I have to do. It's a very solid figure. So yeah, that's basically my haul. But my last haul is going to be something big. And the last haul, that was a gift from my own mother. I will put my camera down so you can see a better angle. And my last ultimate haul in my collection haul of Christmas figures is the one and only Hammond Collection Giganotosaurus. Shut up! Yeah. Now I have T-Rex and also a bonus Hammond Collection figure. Here is Delta. Now I have 4 Hammond Collection figures in my collection. And this is an epic big boy figure here. Shut up! And also a cool Delta figure. I always wanted to plan to get every single... Yeah. So that I will put them all in the table so you can get to see my entire haul. So yeah, everyone, that is my haul of figures in Christmas. Oh man, I had a lot of figures to review next year. So I would say a special message. Merry Christmas to everyone and a Happy New Year. Yeah, that's all I'm much about to say. So yeah, we will meet again next year. Maybe in February because February is my birthday. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in a next year's video. Peace out. Bye.